1774, King George III bans the import of firearms and ammunition to British colonies in America. This, amongst other things, leads to the American Revolution in 1776. 1791, the Bill of Rights is adopted. The Bill of Rights, Second Amendment states, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. This is a staple of American society. This is a staple of the United States Constitution and rights for American people. Since then, the proof that the citizens need to be armed is overwhelming in order to stop tyrannical governments from taking over from abroad or domestically. 1834, Santa Anna, President of the United States of Mexico, disbands the national constitution. He sends troops to Texas, that time a state of Mexico, to confiscate a cannon that the Texans had. The Texans didn't give it up. Instead, they stood well armed and said, come and take it. This led to a very bloody Texas Revolution. The people of Texas were eventually victorious, and Texas became its own republic. 1922, Soviet communists are successful in conquering the nation of Russia, led by Vladimir Lenin and later on Joseph Stalin. Soviet communists, starting in 1918, did not want anyone who was not communist to be armed. Later on, after they were in power, they did allow some people to be armed, but it was selective and registered. 1919, following World War I, the Treaty of Versailles, the French and the British insisted that German citizens not be allowed to have guns. So thus, in this treaty, citizens of Germany lost the right to bear arms. 1928, the German gun ban is lifted, but not for everyone, only for select citizens. Heinrich Himmler was quoted as saying, Germans who wish to use firearms should join the SS or SA. Ordinary citizens don't need guns, as their having guns does not serve the state. 1935, the French put a gun registration law in place. All Frenchmen who owned guns needed to let the French government know through means of registration. 1938, Mao Zedong, Chinese revolutionary, says, all political power comes from the barrel of a gun. The Communist Party must control all the guns. That way, no guns can be used to command the party. Also in 1938, the Germans issue a ban on guns for all Jews. And the restrictions for guns are lifted for Nazis, but not for everyone. Great example of this in 1940. The Germans banned guns in France after the invasion. They didn't have too much of a hard time figuring out who had the guns because of the French gun registration law in 1935. (1959), Fidel Castro, revolutionary, takes over the island of Cuba from the United States, bans gun ownership for regular citizens, saying, why do you need guns when the revolution has triumphed? 1971, in Uganda, Idi Amin took the guns from all citizens except for his revolutionaries. Once again, another domestic threat that overthrew the government. All these situations would have been prevented if ordinary citizens had the right to bear arms and the right to protect themselves. That's why this is such an important part of American culture. Many Americans believe that this nation is only going to stand if its regular citizens have the right to stand up and defend themselves against foreign and domestic tyranny. On that note, I am going to announce a relaunch of my Shall Not Be Infringed shirt. The price has come down. We are now offering that shirt for $17.76. $17.76. Check it out on bonfire.com. Link will be in the description. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.